And hello everyone, GC Hero here, coming at you with some more content. Please comment a better intro if you think you could think one better for me, because that one is so lame. But here we are. Today I'm doing some Fusion Festival content for you today. Deck profile is going to be a pure Shaddolls list that I've run before, that I've changed a few things around, and let's get into it. Alright. So Shaddolls monsters, they all have effect when they're, sent to the graveyard by card effects. So Falco summons itself. Hedgehog lets you drop a Shaddolls monster. Wendy, when used by sent to the graveyard by card effect, will actually summon a Shaddolls face down defense position. Gumata just lets you send a card from your deck to the graveyard. And Dragon pops a spell trap. Ariel's pretty cool because she banishes 3. And Beast lets you draw 1. Falco lets you they also have flip effects, by the way. So Falco lets you target when he's sent to the graveyard. Lets you target one Shaddolls monster in your graveyard, except for another Shaddolls Falco special summon it face down defense position. Hedgehog's awesome because he'll let you search any Shaddolls spell or trap. So your fusions, El Shaddai fusion, or the Almighty Schism. Wendy lets you summon a Shaddolls face down defense or face up. That's great for when you have the blink monsters, like if you want to go into like cross sheep combos. But for this, it's not as spectacular. Still pretty cool. I mean, but a summon's still a summon, right? So let's not act like that good. Well, when he flip destroys a monster, send a card back your opponent controls back to the hand. It's pretty good effects, and lets you summon one of your banished Shaddolls. That can be even the fusion cards, by the way. And then Beast lets you draw 2, discard 1. That discard 1 counts as effect to throw a Shaddolls monster for triggering its effect, so that's a nice little thing there. I often like summoning Beast off of Wendy. Either way, you may get a draw 2, discard 1 for value, or just a more fusion material and a draw 1. So either way, it's really nice, but it's situational, of course. 3 Maxi, 3 Ash, because you know how it goes in Master Duel. Even now we're playing 3 Renona. She's our light monster for construct. She also will search out Magistus Invocation. Invocation is another fusion card. And that's why I cut down 1 El Shaddolls fusion. The ratios you may want to run 3 of this, 2 of this. But the Fusion Festival, this will let you just use. We'll get into that. Hold on. But yeah, this just lets you fuse. And the Astro deck is really nice. So she searches out, thins the deck a bit, and she also has an effect where she takes one of your banished level 4 lower spellcasters and adds them back to your graveyard. Nice little thing. Nice little tech there I've been using. Going from there. That's what they use monsters. So let's talk about spells. Duster. It's Duster. Really good. There's a lot of back row decks in this format, and like non-fusion decks. But that's Master Duel Festivals in a nutshell. Foolish Burial lets you go ahead and pop. This is also, by the way, we were originally running 3 Squamata, 2 Dragon, 1 Dragon. I mean, I went up to 2 just to pop more because Dragon, for instance, can pop a Skill Drain or another Floodgates. So Dragon's actually just a little bit. So I just changed the ratio for this event to kind of help with that. Foolish Burial lets you send one of your monsters from your deck to the graveyard. I feel like sending Wendy because just summon something to the field, so it's actually just another effect. You can actually go Foolish, Squamata, Wendy. The reason being you can fill cards up for Schism, which we'll talk about in a bit. What Schism does. Shaddolls Fusion just lets you fusion summon a Shaddolls monster using material from the field. However, if your opponent has a monster special summon from the extra deck, you can also use monsters in your deck, so it's actually pretty nutty in a festival where they're going to be something from the extra deck. 2 Puddle of Desires feels good in this list. I've left at that for a little more draw power. Super Poly lets you discard a card and then summon. We have a few Super Poly targets. Any Shaddolls monster and a Dark monster is pretty nice. Any Shaddolls and Light monster is pretty nice. Shaddolls in Earth and Shaddolls in Fire. So we have some targets, and of course we kind of threw in like the Predaplant stuff for that, and they've been kind of relevant as well. But yeah, then we have 2 called by and a cross out acting like a 3rd called by. Shaddolls fusion does get stopped by Ash, for instance, so beating out Ash. And I mean, Maxi's not the worry, you don't spam summons too much, but it's always nice to beat it. El Shaddai Fusion is a quick play fusion spell, which comes in quite irrelevant at times. If they, play Skill Drain, you can actually El Shaddai Fusion for Apkalone. Apkalone will be able to stop the Skill Drain by negating its effects, so it actually stops and any other Floodgate. So that lets you beat those often at times. Or spells and trap effects in general, or monster effects, so that's a huge combo there. Then Shaddolls Incarnation is kind of a cute card. When it's, normally when you use it, lets you special summon a Shaddolls monster from your graveyard in face up or face down defense position. But you can banish it in one Shaddolls monster, one Shaddolls card, and change one face down monster you control to face down defense, or if you got a card face down already, you can flip it face up. This is really nice because it allows you to trigger some of the effects of the cards while, right away. So since if you set Wendy, you can get the special summon a Shaddolls monster from deck and face up effect. You destroy something, something like the hand. So it lets you cheat out their effects really nicely. So that's nice. So it's kind of nice to get that effect. Core is an interesting card. Core can act as a card for fusion material, and when it's sent, it lets you grab one of your Shaddolls spell or traps back from the graveyard to your hand. So you can also often get Schism back with it. And speaking of Schism, during your main phase, you can fusion summon one Shaddolls fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing materials from your field and graveyard. It can't attack directly anymore, but oftentimes it gives you that extra push. It also will send a card to the graveyard with the same attribute as the monster you summoned, which is actually quite nice. Effective removal there. Then we have Mud Dragon for Super Poly target. Windows a Floodgate, stop limiting. Both players can only special summon, I believe, once per turn. Sorry. Not special summon though. Normal summons are still good to go. Keep that in mind. I think in this format it's not the craziest card. You definitely don't need 3 window, by the way. Just heads up. I just got lucky on pack pulls and have her, so I kind of toss her in. But this could be any other good generic fusion if you got it. Maybe 1 or 2 would be fine. Apkalone's great. Also, when she's sent to the graveyard, you can target one Shaddolls spell or trap in your graveyard at your hand. Apkalone's great. 2 Shaddolls monsters with different attributes. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Window can't be destroyed by card effects, by the way. Cannot be destroyed by battle. She's supposed to summon, you can target a card on the field, get its effect, and instead of the graveyard, you can add 1 Shaddolls card from your deck or graveyard to your hand and then discard 1 card. So typically, if you're summoning Apkalone, maybe you use Skomata, and if you get rid of the Apkalone, you can use Skomata effect to get Schism in there, and then get rid of that, fuse away Apkalone to get Schism back. Schism means it's a powerful card in this deck. And then Grista don't really use too much. She just sometimes last resort Ash, or if they have a fire monster you want to get rid of, which isn't too much, quite honestly. I don't think there's too many good fire monsters out there, but it can be relevant at times. When your opponent will special summon a monster while you have a Shaddolls card in your hand, you can negate the summon. If you do destroy that monster, then send 1 Shaddolls card from your hand to the graveyard. Bam. And like the other fusions, she lets you take spell trap back. Constructs the other boss monster after Winda. 1 Shaddolls, 1 light monster, very good. This card is special summon. You can send 1 Shaddolls card from your deck to the graveyard at the damage step. If this card battles a special summon monster, destroy that. Non-targeting removal. A lot of special summon monsters in this format. She can be pretty scary. Man, this is 9 minutes already. Alright, let's try to speed this up. Prevents graveyard effects typically. Summoning that lets you discard and stop a special summon monster's effect by discarding a Shaddolls card. Let's see. Once you summon a monster from the extra deck, you control this fusion monster. You can negate the summon if you do show that card. Takes 3 dark monsters, which, doesn't come up much, but it's a nice super poly target. 1 fusion monster, 1 dark monster, very good, and in this format has come up quite a bit. and starting Venom, 2 Dark Monsters. Alright, so that is the profile. Let's actually get into some games. Alright, here we go. Game 1, versus MetalFoes. This pendulum scales. Well, that Box of Friends, interesting enough, doesn't summon anything. 2 normal monsters will attack or defense. Stealing. Makes me thinking he has that Stealings, which is 0. But interesting tech choice for sure in the MetalFoes deck. That's this thing. Finally, we can get a guaranteed maxi. And we can draw. So our trick is simple. We're gonna swing over the Alkahest. Dragon, attack. We'll try to take Dragon. We'll Shaddolls Fusion Quick Play. Special Summon. Apollon. Pop one was back rows. The next one was Graveyard. We also will go ahead. I tried to get the one he tried to bring back. Prevent him from getting that, but it doesn't differentiate in the UI. So if anyone knows a way, please let me know. That was kind of unfortunate. I could have prevented him from getting an extra card there. She's still negated. The Apollon's a good card. Counter. So again, now if we were able to correctly attack, figure out what that was, would have allowed us to just swing in with both our creatures, but also not let him get that value. So that kind of hurts us. The Bababoon is another counter. Goes the Amante. Get some other MetalFoes out. Still negated, by the way. Bonk. So you would have one less MetalFoes, right? It's not for that. Unfortunate, but we do get Super Poly. Was a good time. I don't have a card to use it, so we go into Shikahiga here. Let's punch over his cards. Only a Bababoon. We also have Squamata here for another creature destruction. So looking pretty good here. He finally pops that. Because now it can activate its effects. But Shikahiga early on, Apollon really stopped a lot of value. There's like 2 instances he tried to activate its effect, so like really helped there with that, shutting that down. I guess it helps. I don't know if I should just call when I'm not reading cards as like particularly good, but hey, goes an Alkahest. Alright, so we're gonna use Squamata to try to pop the Alkahest. Activates it, perfect. We Super Poly. Just going to Grista. Normally don't play her, but in this Fusion Festival I think she's worth it. Just to take out potential fire monsters. I'm going to attack with Linda, by the way. She was summoned off a Schism was bittersweet with her. Because Fusion summoned off a Schism cannot attack directly. But if you live and you learn. But he passes nothing left to do, so we just swing in and call it there. And that's going to be our game 1. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, on to game 2. Versus RW Tomato Boy. Hard drawing that Fusion does to you, love to see it. The gates. We got Forehead Girl. Luckily we have Foolish Burial, so we kind of can get access to our cards. Squamata. Into Wendy. Into Beast. Set Super Poly, such an all. And it's Thunder Dragons. But I think this guy was like a weird mix, right? Yeah. Because he has the Fusion Dust. It looks like he was playing some of the Ultimate cards. So he was having himself some fun. I hope that's Super Poly. Oof, meanest Super Poly. Thanks for the boss monster. Going to Predaplant. Here. Yeah, girl, she gets just... Now I don't know if if that was the way to go about it to negate that. He was the Elder the Golden Lord. I say that's cute and all, but that's just a free construct for me. That's 4K. I don't know if it was quite worth it now. That's a lot of life points to be paying. I'm gonna banish some things so we can kill him. And then we just swing. Nice, simple, and efficient. So I don't know what to call that. Thunder Dragon good stuff. But alright, on to the next one. Alright, let's see. Going again. Versus Machina. He's actually not really, kind of just in the Machina thing. The thing is, I know what his cards do, so it gives me a bit of an advantage. Go ahead and get that nice desires going. That girl again. She gets stolen and striked. That's right. We're just never gonna resolve that effect. You are afraid of her, man. But then we go into Apcalone. So when this gets targeted for effect, it makes you like discard a card from your hand. I was hoping to activate the Called By. I'm not sure what happened there, but we did get access to Schism, which is great. Squamata goes, gets his that, pop his back row, whatever that might be. Surprisingly, he didn't activate the Overdrive. We'll summon another machine out of his deck. Then we'll draw Shaddolls Fusion. Smack us for a bit. Schism to get into Construct. Sentence Rush. This lets us flip a card later on, which will be relevant. Right now, we're gonna flip our 1D. Someone from our deck. Shaddolls, which lets us use Shaddolls Fusion. Let's get another monster getting window here. Core gives us back our fusion spell. Punch. Go ahead and move that Sullen and strike. Goodbye, Construct. I'll never forget you. Construct activates, gives us core back. Set core pass. Activate core. So we don't Ash Blossom yet. We don't mind if I'm just drawing one. He'll shuffle 3 back and then draw one, but we don't mind. And a cross-out Detonator for the Harpy Feather Duster. Man, that is some value there. That core gets destroyed. We don't have anything for it to bring back, unfortunately. Get Ivona, get her spell. She resolved this time. You can't stop her. You can't keep the good build down. We'll go into Construct. Construct effect doesn't target, so we don't have to lose a card in our hand. Smack the window. Called by the grave, so we can't bring it back. Because he's able to discard 8 levels worth of monsters to bring back his card. And they're just higher stake cards to Ash, and that is the game. Alright. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and any feedback is welcome. Thank you, and you stay beautiful.